Hello, my name is Tom Kerwin, founding principal of BKL Architecture. We are here today to present Hazel National Landing on what is known as Parcel Land Bay C East, and this is the SPRC online engagement presentation dated December 10th, 2020. This presentation follows our prior project overview dated December 4th, 2020. In that presentation, Jim Dunlop, our client of ZOM, and Art Walsh, our zoning attorney of Walsh Colucci, introduced the project. On behalf of the entire team, we thank you for the opportunity to provide further detail on the proposed project. Our agenda today starts with a recap of the architecture and design. This follows again our December 4th presentation, which provided greater detail on site planning and the building designs. Then LSG, our landscape architect, will present landscaping and open space. Wells and Associates will then review transportation issues, and then our client ZOM will go through construction, implementation, and community benefits. This slide shows our project Land Bay C East in the context of the Potomac Yard PDSP, which was approved on October 21st, 2000, and as amended in the final site plan approval of December 18th, 2007. Please note that north is to the left of the page on this drawing, and subsequent drawings in the presentation will also be arranged with north-oriented left on the page. The drawings on this page depict the site plan in greater detail on the top and a perspective drawing of the proposed project looking from the east across Potomac Avenue. The form and massing of the building is guided by a series of moves in both plan and section, which provides for a dynamic composition. These aerial diagrams reveal the composition of the buildings in keeping with the Potomac Yard design guidelines, which outline methodologies for breaking down long facades on major streets like Potomac Avenue. This is further enhanced by the passageway between the two buildings. This passageway is called for in the original site plan approved in 2007, but we believe the project team has made significant improvements to provide for a more vibrant urban space. This series of images reveals several themes for our project that we would like to describe. First, we are designing primarily a masonry building, which is called for in the Potomac Yard guidelines. As you see in some of the images, the detail and depth that we intend to provide for the skin with the use of brick is an exciting prospect for the design team. Brick provides many opportunities for a richness of detail, the modules, the joinery, the ability to provide depth, and resulting shade and shadow bring a facade to life. The massing is composed of a series of 5 blocks that are modulated in both plan and section and are further enhanced by the passageway between the buildings. The 3 blocks, 2 at the ends and 1 in the middle, are composed primarily of brick. These blocks are composed of earth tone colors that are seen in the district, buff, and rusts, and reds. The 2 blocks between the brick modules are primarily composed of metal, which affords us the opportunity to provide more vibrant colors. In our practice, we see color as an important aspect of our project, as a means to enrich people's lives and create more vibrant urban experiences. Another theme is sustainability and the use of shading devices to limit solar heat gain on long facades that happen to run on the east and west faces of the building due to the site orientation. These facades, and in particular the west facade, not only provide for great outdoor spaces for the residences, but in addition provide for sun shading, significantly reducing solar heat gain and energy consumption. I will now turn the presentation over to Amal from LSG to present the landscape and open space plan.
Hello, my name is Amol Deshpande. I'm with LSG Landscape Architecture. LSG has been involved in the Potomac Yard project since 2004. Over the years, we have worked with the Meridian Group on the design of various land bays within this PDSP, including the original design of the Land Bay C. So we are very happy and honored to be part of this project with ZOM Living. The exhibit here shows the entire Land Bay C. The Hazel National Landing project is limited to Land Bay C East. The Land Bay C West is under a different ownership and it may not be developed at the same time as East. However, it is important to note that our team has developed an open space design that is unique, sociable, and inviting for all. We have paid special attention to the design language that allows for a seamless integration of open space between the two parcels and achieve goals of the PDSP. The slide here shows the actual scope of work on the Land Base C East for Hazel National Landing Project. The design program for the site consists of streetscape design along South Potomac Avenue, 33rd Street, and 29th Street, as well as placemaking along north-south axis and the east-west axis of the Land Base C. The streetscape design follows the PDSP guidelines as well as Arlington County standards. It features generous sidewalks, lighting, seating, bicycle parking, and street trees at regular intervals. The building architecture along the streets also offer great opportunity for outdoor seating areas for retail and cafe. It is important to note that in the original design of the Land Base C East, the area between Building 1 and Building 2 was used for vehicular entry for the underground garage. Zom Living and BKR Architecture has taken special efforts in this proposal to move that vehicular entrance to the 29th Street, creating a great opportunity to connect Potomac Avenue with the Central Park, also known as the North Park Plaza. This space along the east-west axis is flanked by buildings on both sides and is accentuated by a linear water feature in the center. The section below shows how the design takes advantage of the natural grade change, creating a cascading water feature element in the center. Various reference images indicate the quality of open space design that has been envisioned for this project. This is a perspective looking up from Potomac Avenue. The shimmering lighting effect and soothing white noise of the water feature would be an inviting element along the Potomac Avenue streetscape. Along the north-south axis, the site design offers a variety of spaces and experiences for socialization, play, and contemplation. The building overhang along 33rd Street frames the view of the proposed park. This covered semi-public space is accentuated with artful seating, paving patterns, and an artistic feature element in the ceiling that can be lit at night, creating a visual attraction for the 33rd Street. The lawn panel along the Building 2 acts as an informal space for socialization, exercise, play, and relaxation. Throughout the project, planting areas between the private patios and public areas offer a sense of privacy for the residential units at the park level. As discussed earlier, the western parcel of this land bay will remain as a parking lot for some time. A temporary planting buffer along the western edge will help screen views of the vast parking lot. When the development of the western parcel is complete, these temporary planting areas will be removed so that both sides of the parcel C can be fully integrated for a seamless experience. At the center of the plaza is a large wooden deck surrounding the water feature and an art element. This large bench invites passers-by to sit, lounge, and to take a break. As you can see in this perspective, the large platform will not only serve as an informal gathering space, but it can also act as a stage for seasonally appropriate art installations and events. Also visible in this view are the stepped seating areas and the lawn panel that we discussed earlier. This other perspective is looking from 33rd Street towards the north side. It shows relationship of the open space, the lawn panel, with the building. It also shows the use of custom bench seating along the western side that leads you towards the central plaza space. The public space along the western side of the Building 1 provides direct connectivity between the North Park Plaza and the 29th Street. Intimate seating alcoves facing the sidewalk provide opportunity for smaller gatherings compared to the large open space on the other side of the plaza. The slide here also shows various furniture elements that we intend to use on this project. On this slide, the diagram on the top shows delineation between public, private, and semi-public areas of this project. The second diagram below shows areas that have been envisioned as part of the proposed park. In addition to the public areas on the ground plane, we are also providing great rooftop amenities for the two buildings as seen in this roof plan. Zom Living and the entire design team, we are committed to incorporating sustainable design practices in this project. To that effect, large areas of the building terraces, as you can see in this exhibit, are being programmed as green roof. and we are integrating several bioretention areas into the overall landscape strategy to address the stormwater management. It was a great pleasure talking to you about this exciting project. Thank you for your time. And now I would like to hand it over to Grady Vaughn from Wells & Associates, who will be discussing transportation. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us for this presentation. My name is Grady Vaughn. I'm with Wells & Associates, and we completed the multimodal transportation assessment for the site. We scoped the study with D and ES to make sure that we had an appropriate study area, and this graphic shows the 10 intersections that we evaluated for future conditions with our site. Our study analyzed 500 dwelling units and 15,000 square feet of retail, which, as you know from this presentation, is a little higher than is currently proposed, but we agreed to study this density to get the most conservative analysis results possible. This density generates an estimate of 187 AM peak hour trips and 187 PM peak hour trips, which when compared to the approved office uses is approximately 101 fewer AM peak hour trips and 156 fewer PM peak hour trips, which indicates that our impact on the adjacent network would be less than that of the approved development. Also in our study, we concluded that each study intersection would operate at LOS D or better under future conditions, which is consistent with existing conditions of the roadway network. This second graphic shows some multimodal facilities in the surrounding area. On the left here, we have a bicycle map for Arlington County with our site shown here with the green star. And most importantly, the bike lane on Potomac Avenue adjacent to our site that I'll speak to more to in 1 second. And here on the right, we have our site again shown in the green star with the Metroway immediately adjacent to our site on 33rd Street, which connects us towards the metro stations to the north. This graphic summarizes our access for both vehicles and phases 1 and 2, shown in plan left and plan right here respectively, share a single garage access point on 29th Street. The building plan left here has a loading area on Potomac Avenue shown in the blue triangle, and the building plan right has a loading area shown here on 33rd Street. This next slide goes back to the Potomac Avenue bike lane. As you'll see here, under both existing and proposed conditions, the curb-to-curb distance will be 71 feet across, meaning that none of the facilities will change in width. What will change is we will improve our site frontage with an approximately 17-foot crosswalk, there is no crosswalk there today, which is a major improvement for the area for people traveling from the south towards the north. And lastly here, we have a summary of some of our TMP guidelines and what we're going to be providing. The TMP will be consistent with the one originally designed in the PDSP, and we'll work with the TMPA by providing several services and programs for our building specifically, including having a property transportation coordinator and providing many benefits and information on transit that residents and employees of the retail uses may take advantage of. Again, I thank you for your time for the presentation. I look forward to answering any questions that may be submitted.
Hello, this is Jim Dunlop with Zom Living, the project developer. This image is a preliminary site layout for construction logistics. The plan is likely to change as the project evolves during the site plan review process, but is our current thinking. Our current schedule is to start construction in the first quarter of 2022 and deliver apartments in 2024. This last slide we have to share with you concerns community benefits, which are negotiated with Arlington County staff throughout the 4.1 site plan process. On the screen is a list of the expected benefits that will be delivered with our project and can also be found in our application materials. ZOM will continue to engage with Arlington County regarding these benefits throughout the review process. One benefit we are particularly excited about is the delivery of the North Park Plaza, which we feel will be a vibrant addition to the area. With that, I thank you for watching this video. We look forward to hearing your feedback and working with the community throughout the site plan review process.